Alright, looks like we are off. Both players are here. And looks like we are all set for CPAT's Certified Banger of the Week. We are going to have Andarel on red side. Looks like he'll be drafting first. And we'll have Chykka on blue side. It's going to be top half of your screen. We'll be drafting second. Of course, you guys know the rules by now, I'm sure. Unless this is your first time watching. This is going to be the Backyard Brawl tournament run in the Breakfast Club Discord. Great. We've got Milia on the board, first pick. Unsurprising there, Andarel's been rocking the Milia pretty much all tournament long. And I mean, he's 3-0. I mean, both these players are 3-0, so this is going to be... I think these are actually the last two players that are 3-0. So whoever wins this match is a really, really good shot at winning the tournament altogether. Of course, there's just 5 rounds of Swiss and nothing after that. So whoever wins this match has a really good shot at winning the tournament. Will be the only undefeated player going into the final week. Let me just go ahead and pull up my chat on my phone. It looks like we're ready to go. Chykka taking his time to draft here. Don't think Milia was like a surprise pick or anything, but maybe Chykka just doesn't know who he wants to play. He's been playing... Last week we saw him play, Sol, Potemkin, and who else? Cannot remember. But the week... actually, we saw him play Leo, Milia, Potemkin. Excuse me. The week before that, we saw him play Gold Lewis, Happy Chaos, and Sol. And then week 1, we saw him play Chip, Potemkin, and Sol. So there's a couple of overlaps there as far as characters picked multiple times for Chykka. But Chykka is a very, very strong player who I'm sure has more than one character in his roster. Looks like he's going to pick the Happy Chaos again. Interesting. The Happy Chaos last time... or maybe 2 times ago against Polter. I don't remember what happened. Looks like it's gonna be Happy Kiss and Giovanna. There's a lot of chat that I saw in the Breakfast Club about Giovanna. So Chykka looks like he's going to try to prove the haters wrong. I think Giovanna is not the best character, but I don't think she's like bottom tier or anything. I think she's... Actually, Giovanna's an interesting pick because I think Giovanna loses really hard to Gold Lewis, and Gold Lewis is an Andarel favorite. But I think Gold Lewis kind of owns Giovanna just because Gold Lewis's card draw is just better. So he's allowed to initiate more strikes than Giovanna is in theory. Because of course Gold Lewis gets to draw 2 on his specials and has innate draw on some of his cards as well. Whereas Giovanna doesn't really have that. She just has the draw 1 on her innate, until she flips, of course, and then she gets draw 2 for Gauge. Wonder if that's going to be Chykka's game plan, is actually flipping with Giovanna. We've not seen an exceeded Giovanna just yet. Surely Andarel picks Gold Lewis here. No, he's going for the Polar Knight, okay. And then, Happy Chaos is an interesting early pick, because I feel like you can definitely counterpick this character. I think this character gets counterpicked by 2 things, I think, in my opinion. They get counterpicked by above curve options, especially like range 3-ish above curve options, perform really well into Happy Chaos. And B, if you can cover cards like Fire, if you can cover a card like Fire, speed 4, Fireball, right? I think you do really well in the matchup. So it's interesting to see Happy Chaos as a first pick. I think Happy Chaos will be better suited as a last pick. And yeah, no surprises here. We're going to see the Gold Lewis for Andarel. And I think the Gold Lewis Giovanna matchup is definitely one to avoid if you're Chykka, so hopefully he doesn't roll into that. Chykka gets one final pick here to round out his roster, and then we will be good to go. Of course, both these players know each other very well. We all just met up less than a month ago, and they were practicing for the tournament, although they were practicing not on Season 7 at that time. But it was a serious match. Funnily enough, Andarel, he's been picking Propeller or Polar. I saw him play Propeller into Chykka, but looks like this time he's opted for the Polar. as his third pick. Actually, I don't think we casted Andarel last week, so I actually don't know what he played. We casted Andarel the first 2 weeks. We've casted all 3 weeks of Chykka. Just because his schedule and my schedule tend to work out pretty well. We're free around the same time, so I'm always happy to cast a match of his, even though he's a little bit of a slow, methodical player, but that's okay. Gives us more time to analyze, of course. I don't know what was going on. Apparently, like, I wasn't going to cast this match. Apparently, like, Polter was going to cast this match, and then, like, I don't know, they, like, worked something out, and then now I'm casting it. I don't know what's going on there. But, anyway. Chykka's one last decision to make. He's really taking his time here. I don't know. Like, I feel like none of these picks are unexpected. I think, Andarel's been rocking the Gold Loose and the Milia. One, like, every single time. He's been rocking the Propellers, the Polar, or the Polar as that flex pick. For the most part. Does Chykka maybe want to play like a Potemkin as his third pick? Maybe go for... Oh, no! He pulls out the Kokonoe. Are you guys ready for the Kokonoe? Because I definitely am not. But looks like it's going to be Polar, Gold Lewis, Milia for Andarel. It's going to be Kokonoe, Giovanna, Happy Chaos for Chykka. Chykka playing these kind of like weird niche picks here. This is the first time we've seen him on Giovanna, although I will say Giovanna's not a particularly difficult character to play. It's a little bit of a tricky pick, right? Because we didn't really expect Giovanna to be picked by Chykka, I think. It comes as a little bit of a surprise to me because I've not seen him play the Giovanna at all. Happy Chaos we did see him pick once, but the Kokonoe, of course, is a pocket pick for Chykka. He actually plays that character quite a bit, but we've not seen it in tournament just yet. Waiting until a worthy opponent is here for that Kokonoe is Chykka. So it looks like players will be setting their order. And it's going to be Coco, Giovanna, Happy Chaos. So it looks like we're going to have to do a switch here. Because we can't have a Season 4 versus a Season 5. So it looks like they'll flip a coin, and then whoever loses the coin flip will probably switch their first character with their second character or something like that. And it looks like, yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be Milia taking on the Kokonoe, then Polar Knight into Giovanna, and then we're going to round things off with a Happy Chaos into Gold Lewis matchup. So Kokonoe, I mean, we've not casted Kokonoe in a long time, I will say. Kokonoe, of course, she has a Graviton card. And her Graviton begins out of play, gets put into play courtesy of Continuous Boosts. And then when Graviton is in play, when Kokonoe sets her attack, she can spend 1 force, and if she does, her attacks have before pull 1 towards the space, or if the opponent's already on the Graviton, they have to be pushed or pulled. They have to be pushed off the Graviton space, basically. Kokonoe's kit, definitely an interesting one. She has like a reverse cross here. She has Broken Bunker Assault, which can be up to 7 power with appropriate Graviton spacing. Flame Cage here is a slow fireball. Can get a bump up to 5 damage. Only 4 guard on it, which is a little bit low. Banishing Rays, which is her speed 6 option. Very, very reliable. Only 3 damage, but this card basically always hits, and it functions very similarly to Whirl, right? Because of the After Advanced Retreat 1. Usually is able to dodge most counterattacks. Solid Wheel is another dive shape. Can be a little bit tricky, because it has before Advance 4, but if the Graviton is right it's on either side of her opponent, then she stops her movement, right? Ultras, she has another like slow fireball shape as an Ultra, 4 to 8 notably. So this card is kind of a little bit difficult to hit. And of course the Flaming Beelobug, which is a 1 to 4 sweep-like, but is way more reliable. It's going to be Milia initiating strike here right away. It's probably going to be Iron Savior, Tandem Top, or some one of the others. Chykka wild swings the cross, and it is in the Iron Savior. That slow 1-5 sweep like. Chykka wild swings cross, gets out of there, and Millia closes 3. So now we are at range 3 here for Chykka. Range 3, like we said, of course, that Banishing Rays is at speed 6 option, but only if the Graviton's in play, right? So Chykka will have to boost first to get that Graviton in play, but no, just elects to initiate a strike here instead. Notably, Bad Moon is an above curve option for Millia that she can press to beat Assault Dive Spike, right? But looks like Andarel's gonna wild swing and just sweep in a sweep. 6 for 6 here, as both players get a card from each other's hands. And of course, the Millia kit we've seen 1,000 times, but she's a really cool boost here that doesn't see much use as an attack. She's an above curve range 3 option here. As ignore armor, and we're just gonna see Millia be striking again. Oh, it's gonna be EX Broken Bunker Assault. That's the speed 6 option, and that is going to go ahead and pop the cheeky range 3 dust here. Of course, it does need to be validated, because it is a 4 special. But without Graviton in play, this functions similarly just to an Assault-like, right? So, Speed 6 pops everything but the Bad Moon, right? And Andarel was not going to initiate with Bad Moon there in a lot of cases. It's going to be prep, as both players find themselves with only 2 cards, each at range 1, with 1 copy of Sweep down for both players as well. So prep again for Chykka. Early lead with the Kokonoe. And yeah, this is a card you actually don't see too often, I feel like. Impact Hammer is just such a really good boost. And sometimes even I forgot that Kokonoe technically has a speed 5 range 3 option, right? Just because you see Impact Hammer, or you see this played as a 1/7/3 more often than not. It's going to be Parry. Parry's Focus, and Focus is successfully parried out. Makes sense. Kokonoe's wild swings aren't the best. She's like a lot of weird shapes, right, on her specials. They're generally unreliable. So it gets that Scrabble out of the hand of Millia. And Focus is just a good card in general, right? Both sides of that card are just really strong. So unsurprised to see that being parried right away. Back to Andarel here. We didn't really take a look at Andarel's kit here, but Bad Moon, that above curve option. And it's going to be Writhe in Pain, +1 power, a hit push pull 1 with a sweep effect on it. And to me, Andarel he goes for the mix-up, right? He plays Grasp. Chykka plays Focus, however. So it's going to be 2 for 4. Ooh, pulls the second sweep out, which is a pretty nasty pull for Millia in this position. Because Kokonoe has just one focus left, and then like the Flaming Beelzebub, right? So kind of running out of those slow melee options is Chykka at this point in time. Down both sweeps and down a focus as well. Something maybe to consider here. Although Andarel does find himself at a big disadvantage now, 14-22. The rest of Millia's kit, of course, Swing Braid is that type 1 shape, where if she crosses over, she ignores guard. At speed 5, also can function as an above curve range 4 option. Tandem Top is a really solid range 4 option that it's on curve and has that after movement ability as well to just dodge everything that's slower than it, basically. Iron Savior is that 1-5 sweep like that we were talking about. It's a slow dive, but the important thing is that it hits 1-5, right? Septum Voices is a really solid ultra. I mean, the numbers on it aren't great, but it just does a whole lot. That's above curve at range 4, on curve range 3. Just a really, really solid card. The boost is good as well. Winger is kind of a mid-speed shape. It's under curve, but you can get it. You can get some good power on it. As we see Chykka boost that Planar Haze V 1.24. Just to go ahead and advance 4-5. Does spend a force for it, but runs away from Millia. Millia, of course, is down one of those 1-5 sweeps. So we'll probably have to move in. Of course, Flame Cage is an option for Kokonoe at this juncture. And it's going to be the Spider's Thread boosted, cancelled into a strike. That's +1 speed. Pulling Kokonoe to range 4 and then striking. Of course, the range 4 options for Millia include the speed 6 Swing Braid. No gauge for the Septum Voices. Could be speed 5 Dive as well. Or the speed 5 Tandem Top, which is probably what it is, if I'm being honest. But a bit of a mix-up here, right? Because Tandem Top does go ahead and trade with the Flame Cage. But no, it is the Tandem Top. Chykka just plays block here, perfectly safe. It's only 3 power incoming from Ilia. The Tandem Top does have hit draw 2, and then after Chykka blocks, which looks like he will not block, he will not spend force on this block. He will go ahead and Andarel will go ahead and will advance to courtesy of the Tandem Top. Range 2, of course, is where Kokonoe gets her Absolute Zero going, which has a sweep effect and a push effect, and just can be pumped up to 5 power, right, as well. Chykka just preps. This kind of I'd be afraid of EX Absolute Zero here if I were Andarel, but it's just gonna be Andarel initiating strike here at range 1. Andarel plays the mid-speed dive shape, but loses to the on-curve Absolute Zero that we were talking about earlier. And that's going to be 5 more damage on the board for Chykka. Pushing Andarel back to range 4. Yoinks the Bad Moon as well. And wow, just Chykka just brawling with these Kokonoe moves. First the Broken Bunker Assault, and now the Absolute Zero. Has not placed the Graviton on the board once, and it's just beating the life out of Milia. So far, as we transition to the mid game, 6 cards in hand to Andarel's 3 as well. This is clinical from Chykka, really just kind of abusing the fact that Andarel is kind of a player who does like to initiate strikes often, and he does go for the mix-up. This is self-proclaimed from Andarel himself, or at least, yeah, it is self-proclaimed from Andarel himself. He does like to strike a lot, and he does like to go for that mix-up a lot. And Chykka just going ahead taking advantage of it. As we see the timed explosives boosted. This is plus 2 power after add to gauge, and the Graviton will be placed here at range 3. Now going ahead and of course threatening the Banishing Rays at speed 6. Of course at the cost of 1 force with the Graviton in play. Looks like it's gonna be yeah, this makes sense here. Milia goes ahead, dashes into range 1, will cancel and will initiate a strike here. No gauge, so I mean we're just looking at fast slow mix up here, right? Could be a swing braid in theory, right, to beat those slows. So fast mid speed slow mix up here for Andarel. Only 2 cards left in hand, so it's gonna be pretty tough. I feel like I would just respond with Grasp here if I were Chykka. If he has it. Looks like he might not even have it though. I don't know, it just feels like I feel like Andarel will play Swing Braid here. I don't know why. Just feels, well, no, Andarel's gonna play what he has in hand. He only has 2 cards left in hand. So Chykka just has to basically make an educated guess on what Andarel's hand is, right? Because he's initiating with only 2 cards left in hand. It's not a mix-up. It's just what have I drawn. Of course, Andarel wants to diffuse this boost as quickly as possible, right? 1 copy of Grass down for Andarel. A couple slows down for Andarel as well. Don't think we've seen a Swing Braid just yet. Oh, actually, we have seen 1 Swing Braid. Oh no, it's focus into Grasp, and that's the worst thing Andarel could have seen. That's going to be 6 damage focus. Grasp, obviously not going to do anything there, just 1 damage. And Chykka is up huge with the Kokonoe, just brawling it out with sweeps, focuses, absolute zeros, broken bunkers. Graviton, who needs it when you're Kokonoe, says Chykka here. And Andarel down to just 1 card in hand. Chykka could finish the game off right here. 5 cards in hand to Andarel's 1. And just beating up Milia. Just, oh man. As much as I hate to say it, so far we've seen Milia just dominate games all the time. But it's so, let's say it's a little bit funny to see Kokonoe do the same to Milia here. Without sounding too biased, of course you guys know my hate for Milia. Knows no bounds, because everyone plays this character all the time, and I hate it. It's just really boring to watch. But Chykka bringing the fight to Milia. Now I think Chykka will probably If Millie wasn't at 3 health, I think Chykka would probably need to reshuffle here. He's completely out of melee options outside of the Broken Bunker Assault. Not the Broken Bunker Assault. Sorry, the Flaming Beelabug. He's down both focuses and down both sweeps right now. But it's going to be Kokonoe Exceed. So, of course, Kokonoe can do her thing. She can place the Graviton down when she exceeds. It's going to be the Planar Haze moving to range 5 and threatening an EX here. Is this just EX Assault? Oh, wow. Oh, wait. Chykka takes the EX back. So, of course, the Graviton goes into wherever Chykka wants. So he wants it at range 3. And then he goes ahead and boosts Planar Haze to move into the Graviton space. And then now we'll initiate a strike here. Of course, this is one of the weirder overdrives. It's the only 2-gauge overdrive, but allows Kokonoe a lot of action compression with that with the Graviton, right? And she actually takes it back, whatever his move was. And what will he do instead? As he moves his mouse around frantically, trying to figure out what to do here. From hand to play area to hand to play area. Of course, for those of you that don't know what Kokonoe's front side is, because maybe you missed it, Kokonoe's front side reads, when you exceed, place your Graviton in any space and take another action. So that's why Chykka's able to do this here. Looks like he really wants his Graviton in range 4. And also his player at range 4. And we'll just set a singular strike here. Could be something like a solid wheel. Could just be dive. Could be a flame cage under curve. Andarel just goes for the wild swing. Winger's not going to cut it. It's actually the Flaming Beelabug. Andarel needs like a cross or a tandem top to dodge this. Of course, this is a 2-gauge ultra, but Kokonoe can generate gauge by spending that much force. Low kick is not going to cut it. That, of course, misses. And the Flaming Beelabug will get hit back for lethal. Yeah, I think Melia basically needs tandem top or cross to dodge that. And I don't think anything else works. Yeah, it looks like those are the only 2 cards that work. But anyway, that's going to be Kokonoe with Chykka with Kokonoe, no less. Oh, he shows... He tried to go for an EX spike setup, but opts for the Flaming Beelabug instead. Maybe thinks it's safer. Because like in theory, well, I guess this still loses a tandem top. Well, no, this now beats tandem top. Looks like the players are just discussing what the other potential play was there. But anyway, that's going to be Chykka with a massive win. The brawling Kokonoe really takes it to Milia's face here. That's going to be a quick 1-0 in Chykka's favor. Of course, it's the best of 3. So we still have time here. Game 2 is going to be Andarel on the Polar Knight against Chykka on the Giovanna. Yes, Rose, you missed Kokonoe hype. It involved zero Kokonoe gameplay. I think Graviton was placed on the board once, and she could just kind of beat Andarel up with cards, with strikes. But yeah, we're gonna have Polar Knight on the board. Polar Knight can place ice spikes on the board, courtesy of afters, and then can remove those ice spikes if Polar Knight's opponent is unlucky enough to be underneath one of those ice spikes. It's gonna be +2 power, right? +3 power on backside as well. Into Giovanna. Giovanna just has strike, hit, draw 1. We'll take a look at Polar Skit first here. We have Stomp, which is a DP shape. Of course, needs actual power on it. Shovel Charge is an assault shape, but really Shattering Stomp is what you're looking at. It's just a really, really solid boost here. Shovel Slam is a forced special, but this combined with Polar Knight's backside can just be pumped up to 8 power. 3 guard is enough at range 1 a lot of times. Polar Plow is the 1-7 shape, sweep shape that they gave Polar Knight for some reason, with an after close 3 on it as well. So functionally kind of a slow dive, but 1-7 sweep, pretty good. Shovel Drop, this card has 7 different abilities on it, of course. Is the Ignore Armor option that generally works at range 2 to 4, unless the opponent's corner, in which case it also works at 1. Only 3 damage, but of course you have to remember that it generally gets pumped up to 5 or 6. His Ultra's Icicle Drop is a fun one, but it's kind of a trick shot Ultra. And Snow Slash, of course, is an Ultra that also functions as a block. Giovanna here, her kit, Soul Nascente is Budget Cross. She has Triple Kick, which is on curve range 3 option, decent. Sepultura is kind of a mid-speedy shape. On curve, it's decent. Sol Puente is a range 1 ignore dive. Oh, man. Andarel initiates dive at range 4 and gets caught out by the EX dive, and that's a big early lead to Chykka here. Both players just prep. We're taking a look at Trevau here. Slow dive, functionally 1-4 sweep. Parry comes out here for Giovanna. Parry looks like it misses. What if this is another parry focus? Let's see a hand of 1 copy of each Ultra, EX Cross, Shovel Drop, and Shovel Slam. A sweep was parried. Okay, interesting. The rest of Giovanna's kit, this is a really, really fast dive here, speed 6. But I think Ray is better use of this card, personally. The boost, +1 speed, hit gain advantage, is a good boost. And of course, Ventania functions as like a 1-4, 6, 7. Really reliable, but just 4 gauge, so really expensive, right? Andarel just initiates a Wild Swing here at range 1. Okay. This is spicy. Yeah, Rose says Polar Sweep is scary in a way that Polar Dive isn't. Polar Focus isn't, excuse me, just because with the UA you can be pumped up to just 1 billion power, right? Pops any defenses. Anyway, this is just the... Chykka takes the bet that Polar would Wild Swing a slow. Polar actually just Wild Swing Spike. So that's going to be 4 more damage on the board. No Ice Spike on the board because, of course, Sol Puente at range 1 ignores guard, so Spike is stunned. Back to Chykka here. Finds himself on short side of board. Why is that Ice Spike placed? Oh, okay. There's actually an Ice Spike because Spike goes first. Okay. Yeah. Just making sure here. Yeah, Spike is speed 3. Sol Puente also speed 3. I thought it was Sol Puente speed 4, but no, Sol Puente also speed 3. So Spike goes first, and then so Polar gets this after. Place an Ice Spike onto an unoccupied space within this attack's range in either direction. So decides to place an Ice Spike behind Giovanna here. It's going to be another strike here for Chykka. Known EX Cross in the hand of Polar, but Polar opts for the Shovel Drop instead, and it is the Grasp. So the Grasp will do 2 damage. Polar will get pulled into the corner. Actually, no, Polar can't get pulled because opponents can't move you. And then the Ice Spike will go... Sorry, the Shovel Drop will go ahead. Push Giovanna back onto an Ice Spike, and because there's an Ice Spike here, and then Polar advances, and then there's a whole deal, and whatever. 5 damage dealt. Back to Polar. Polar finds himself in the corner. Giovanna finds himself at range 2 away. Looks like there's some massive preps happening here. These players are playing quite quickly, which is pretty shocking. Chykka's a pretty slow, methodical player. I was actually, sorry, the rebuild boosted for Polar Knight. So this is the reload that a lot of Season 4 characters tend to have. Draw 2 cards, remove Ice Spikes to draw more cards, and then if an Ice Spike was removed, you can add this to gauge. Andarel overdraws by 1 and drops the Shovel Slam from hand. Is that Shovel Charge boosted? As we said earlier, this is a very important Polar Knight boost. Place Ice Spikes onto any 2 spaces. So this is one of 2 ways that Polar Knight can place an Ice Spike down underneath his opponent in neutral. The second way, of course, is exceeding. And it's back to Giovanna here. Of course, Polar is still representing EX Cross in hand. Giovanna, of course, is a Season 7 character, so can't just read it, right? And of course, that EX Cross is a 1-2, 6, 7 at this position, with Giovanna underneath an Ice Spike. And finally, we have a little bit of a lull in the action as Chykka decides what to do here. Has that early life lead, but things are a little bit spooky here. As Chykka boosts that second copy of Sol Puente as Tension Rush. +1 power, +1 armor. Adds a card from hand to gauge. Adds that Dust. And looks like it's going to be Andarel initiating Strike here. Of course, mix up his Cross and just whatever he's drawn. Could just be a Spike. Right. Cross Spike mix up here for Andarel. He's also placed the Ice Spike 2 away such that Stomp also makes sense. I don't think it's a Stomp though, is the thing. It's actually going to be Andarel initiating Snow Slash into Focus. So Focus will go first. It's 5 total damage. Of course, when Andarel's hit, he can spend Force for additional armor. Of course, Andarel does have to validate his Ultra first. So can spend up to 2 Force to negate the damage from Focus completely. And then Andarel will go ahead and hit back for 1. So Andarel looks like he generates 1 Force. So we'll take... Chykka will take 3, excuse me, because there's an Ice Spike underneath Andarel, and he will... Andarel does need to validate his Ultra. There it is. And yeah, so after armor, she got 3 total armor. That strike, that was a 6 damage Snow Slash after removal of the Ice Spike. So Chykka takes 3, Andarel takes 1, but Andarel spends that gauge, so it's further away from the Exceed. And yeah, now that rebuild makes a little bit more sense. Andarel looking for that second gauge for the Snow Slash, but is a little bit far behind if he wants to Exceed. This will be +1 speed, hit gain advantage for Chykka. No cancel despite having 5 gauge. Now, in theory, Chykka can contest with EX Cross, but not anymore with +2 speed on the board. for Polar. Also, another good reason why Chykka probably paired Sweep earlier is that Chykka used EX Dive, right? So Zukemis are down. So Light in general for Polar Knight is going to be pretty good here. Light into Season 7 characters without Ukemi is really strong. So that earlier parry makes a ton of sense from Chykka. Unfortunately, he was unable to hit, and now Andarel has +2 speed on the board. Back to Giovanna here. Chykka does have hit gain advantage, but we'll have to contend with a 9 speed EX cross in hand. Only 4 power, but that's the thing, right? Chykka, Andarel can just play not EX cross and to mix up, so I don't think Chykka's probably... I don't think Chykka, despite having hit gain advantage on the board, is willing to strike into this, if I had to guess. Chykka can, in theory, have, like, EX Ventania, right? Which is a 9-speed option that contends with EX Cross, but I don't think Chykka plays it. It also plops him right on the Ice Spike. But no, it's actually going to be Chykka initiating a strike here with known EX Cross in hand for Andarel. So as we fast slow mix up, of course, Giovanna takes the action to draw 1. Looks like Andarel is going to commit that EX Cross. And, oh, well, it was a mix-up. And Chykka guesses wrong here. Gets the EX Cross out of the hand, but it's going to be 4 damage into Polar. 4 damage into Giovanna, excuse me, as Chykka just plays his own cross. Andarel preps. DP is starting again. Yeah, we'll take a look at this DP shape. 1207, but of course, Andarel a long time ago placed that Ice Spike 2 spaces away from Giovanna, making that stomp, that DP shape that we were talking about earlier, with no power, but suddenly it has 2 power as Giovanna gets pushed onto the Ice Spike. Both players prepped up to 7 cards. Looks like Chykka probably just going to be initiating a strike here. Andarel does have to be concerned about Ventania being a threat. It's going to be a sweep, but Chykka plays random second dust, and it catches Andarel off guard. Giovanna draws 1. Polar Knight takes 5 damage. Second dust on the board there. Back to Andarel here. Andarel, of course, responds with second sweep as well, so that is a really unfortunate loss there for Andarel. Looks like it's going to be Andarel boosting that Shattering Stomp once more. Places Ice Spikes directly underneath Giovanna and 1 space behind Giovanna. Giovanna, of course, doesn't really have ranged options. Her range 4 game is Chorval and Ventania. So Andarel threatening to trade big. EX Stomp is an option for Andarel at speed 8 to potentially outspeed this 7-speed Ventania. I don't know if it's worth it for Chykka to just leave and then say, hey, Polar, I mean, I don't know. At that point, we have to consider deck pressure even. Chykka with 7 in hand, 12 in deck. But it's going to be a badass no cancel for Chykka here, interestingly enough. Now threatening 8-speed Ventania. Oh, it's going to be Polar striking. Is it going to be the Ventania on defense for Chykka? And is this focus for Polar Knight? Or I guess it could be second Snow Slash even. So Chykka has to consider whether this is bait or not. Ventania for Chykka is a 1-2, 7-8. But trades poorly into a Snow Slash. Trades really poorly into a Snow Slash. So, and Chykka is down both spikes as well. So that's something that Chykka has to consider here. Whether Andarel is going for the bait or for the Ventania bait, or is Chykka going, or is Andarel going for something else here. Pretty spicy mix-up here. Yeah, it's Andarel initiating block, and it's the Ventania coming out here for Chykka. So Chykka spends 4 gauge. That's going to be 7 power incoming. Looks like Andarel just plays the Snow Slash to take no damage. Although, it is 7 power, so I wonder if Andarel spent 3/4 there. I'll check the tapes, actually, because they did it too fast. Oh, it looks like Andarel actually spends both gauge there. Wait, did Andarel have 2 gauge? Yeah, he did have 2 gauge. Okay, so he spends both gauge there. Takes no damage. Yeah, he spends the cross from gauge as well. Diffuses the Ventania threat, right? Chykka only has 3 gauge left. And now Polar's threatening that faster option in the Stomp as well as slows. But anyway, that was Andarel initiating an offensive block, so it is now Chykka's turn. Giovanna with the life lead, but of course this could just evaporate in 1 strike from Polar with all these ice spikes on the board. This might be better for Polar than it looks, I agree. Polar is 1 strike away from neutralizing health totals. Polar has the fast option and the slower option. Is Geo completely out of mid speeds? Geo's actually completely out of mid speeds in all board states. I think both Soul Puentes are down. Andarel boosts defend into the badass here. But yeah, so both Soul Puentes, both dives, both spikes are down for Giovanna. I think those are the only mid-speed. I mean, Sepultura is kind of like a mid-speed, but just by virtue of like that shape being under curve, I guess. Rose calling out big snow slash. Only 1 gauge though. Rose actually calling out Shovel Slam. Of course, all Polar Knights cards sound the same. Shovel Slam would be big damage, 7 damage, 4 speed, enough defenses here. Chykka does have cross. Chykka does have access to cross, which looks super playable here for Giovanna. Of course, has to initiate cross because, oh no, Chykka spends 2 force in the form of the Ventania to move back to range 4. Interesting. So range 4, the only options for Giovanna here are, of course, the Trevau and the Tempestade. So technically fast slow mix up here, but I mean, Trevau looks kind of sketch. Tempestade looks kind of sketch as well by virtue of doing only 3 damage. Can you cancel before close 1? She can cancel micro dash, yeah, or step dash. Maybe setting up a EX triple kick, but no. Andarel just strikes into this. Range 4 for Andarel includes Polar Plow. I don't think it's Polar Plow, or Shovel Drop, or second copy of Dive as well. Giovanna can dodge most of these just with a Soul Nascente or Cross. Can't dodge the Polar Plow, but the Polar Plow is a little baby damage. And the Polar Plow is only 4 damage. And maybe it puts you in like an okay situation. I don't expect Giovanna to hit this combat, I'll be honest. Yeah, just play your Soul Nascente. Polar Plow has that restriction of -1 power for each ice spike between you and the opponent. There will be 4 ice spikes in between, so that would make Polar Plow 1 damage. So I think Sol Nisente is just free here. Not by free, I mean like it's just a really, really safe option. I don't think we've seen either one spent either. I don't like the fact that Chykka's looking at his deck for Wild Swings. I mean, he was the one that decided to come to range 4 here. Maybe it was a step dash cancel that Chykka was looking for, but surely you just play Sol Nisente here, no? Is step dash on Nisente? It is, but doesn't Giovanna also have micro dash? I guess it's different. Alright, well, Chykka just plays cross. EX cross even. So this is a 0 damage polar plow that comes in. We'll actually hit. So, I mean, polar builds second gauge there. Giovanna is still like a little bit far away. She's at range 4. Places that Ice Spike 1 spot in front. So any ideas of step dash are now going to be like very risky now for Giovanna. Ice Spike positioning is looking like not great for Andarel though. These two are great. These three are less than great. Yeah, I think maybe preserving the Nisente to hit with that, or hit with the Sepultura, or the triple kick even. Triple kick is up above curve there. And beats the shovel drop. Also, shovel drop is only 3 guards, so... Or... Oh, you're talking about icicle drop, Riz? Or you're talking about shovel drop, okay. All of these sound the same. But no, it's actually just going to be the Pursuit on the Troy Vow, now close to hit at the Seer Gauge. Stands in between the Ice Spikes. At range 2, has 1 cross left, I think. Plow, I don't think actually does anything here. Plow just gains advantage, but it's going to be Polar initiating a strike here. I think Giovanna just crosses out of this, if it's a singular card. If she has crossed, that is. Sol Nisente performs really poorly here with an after move onto an Ice Spike in a lot of cases. EX Sepultura, though, at speed 5, will beat the Shovel Slam. Okay, so was Andarel initiating a Shovel Slam? I don't know, this felt so risky. With only 3 defenses, that felt so risky. That's such a risky option to play. It's that EX Sepultura, just as Rose calls out. It's be 5 damage incoming to Andarel, down to just 7 HP. Giovanna does move onto an Ice Spike, but I think Giovanna just moves back to range 3, and then, like, she has a bunch of ways to move into range 2 afterward. Also builds gauge number 4 once more with the EX Sepultura. That's going to be a big loss for Polar. That Shovel Slam felt so risky. It also felt like it. I just didn't think it was going to beat that many options. I feel like if Giovanna was going under curve, she would go under curve at speed 5, almost surely. Not speed 4. And if Giovanna's going under curve at speed 5 or 4, she's playing a card that hits for more than 3. So a naked Shovel Slam just felt like it was not going to beat that many combat cards. Like, it beats, what, Tempestade? Like, okay, cool. As Giovanna preps, I'm pretty sure Giovanna is representing EX Triple Kick as an above curve option. In this position. And you can take a trade here if you're Giovanna as well, if you're doing 6 to Polar. Polar also just doesn't have gauge either, so no. And just going to be going ahead and initiating that EX Triple Kick, looks like. I think that's... I don't know if Slash is up. But I'm pretty sure this is EX Triple Kick at speed 6 power. So Polar can trade with a Shovel Drop, right? But that's kind of it. And Andarel has 2 Wild Swing. Andarel Wild Swing is a focus, so at least he mitigates some damage. But this is going to be almost assuredly a 6 damage triple kick incoming. Andarel will take 4 after armor. We'll draw a card, but... and Chykka does spend the above curve range 3 option, so that's something. But Andarel only has 3 HP is the issue. And surely you just spend the full 3/4 here if you're Chykka. Spends a Grasp, probably spends a Gauge, and then 1 more card, or spends a Tempestade. Something along those lines seems okay. Surely you don't need 5 gauges, Giovanna. 4 seems enough. Unless you want to maybe cancel into a Ventania. Spends a block from hand. And lets it sit. Interesting. So keeps Giovanna at 4 HP. Again, Ventania 6 HP. Polar doesn't have the gauge for Snow Slash, so maybe that's why Giovanna keeps Polar at 4 HP. Says you're out of blocks and you have 1 focus left, maybe something along those lines. It's gonna be Chykka initiating EX Strike. Or, sorry, Andarel initiating EX Strike. It's gonna be Sol Nascente. EX Sol Nascente dodges the EX Assault. Oh no. Oh no. Scramble, cancel, strike. It's going to be Ventania. Polar Plow doesn't have any armor on it. And that's going to be game number 2 going to Chykka as well. Giovanna beating the Polar Knight in pretty dominating fashion once more. Wow. Who said who? Well, I think, did Chykka pick Giovanna just to prove a point? I don't know. There was a discussion in the Breakfast Club Discord that I didn't really see, but I heard of. Talking smack about Giovanna, but Chykka with a really dominating performance. Giovanna has some juice, right? Like, Sol Nascente is a good card. Treble Kick is a fine card. EX Sepultura is fine. That boost is also fine. Like, Sol Puente is a fine card. Like, it's not great. Like, it's... Obviously, it pales in comparison to cards like, I don't know, like Ken's Tatsu, I guess. But it's like not a bad card, right? Especially if you get the read on it. Troy Val is a 1-4 sweep. And yeah, I mean into the Polar Knight as well. But the thing is, Giovanna has little micro movements, right? So if your Ice Spike positioning isn't like perfect, or if you just don't have a carpet of Ice Spikes, Giovanna has a little micro movement, right? She has close 2 here. She has advanced retreat 1 here. She has before close 1 here. So it can be tricky for Polar Knight. I mean, I'm not claiming that this is a Giovanna favorite matchup or anything, but Giovanna has little tricks. She has little tricks for sure. And I think Chykka definitely showed off some of those tricks today. That EX Sol Nascente. There you go. Budget Cross. Budget Cross is still a good card, man. I don't know. Like, there are good cards in that game. Anyway, we're moving on to game 3. Chykka has already won, so he's up. He's going to be 4-0, moving into week 5 of Backyard Brawl. Andarel down to 3-1. But they're going to play the 3rd game for fun here. It's going to be Andarel and the Gold Lewis going first. Andarel has been rocking the Gold Lewis the whole tournament. It's been performing extremely well for him. And Chykka with the Happy Chaos. Chykka played Happy Chaos into Polterghost week 2, I believe, and performed quite well. But outside of that, we've not seen too much of his Happy Chaos. This should be an interesting matchup, for sure. Gold Lewis doesn't really have access to above curve options unless he has EXs. So that's one of the 2 things that we called out for that gave Happy Chaos some trouble. And Happy Chaos can, on his turn, can outzone Gold Lewis, right? Gold Lewis is primarily melee to like 1-3 brawler, and has 1 card right outside of that and the slam. That's unless you count Burn It Down, but we're not going to count Burn It Down. So yeah, I mean this matchup in theory looks okay for Happy Chaos, but let's see what happens. It's going to be expenditure of 3/4 right away to move to range 1. Okay. Andarel clearly knows where he wants to stand in the early game here. And it's not at range 4 where you're a threat of cards like EX Fire. Chykka probably, if he has a melee card here, like sweep, maybe just strikes here. Happy Chaos sweeps, of course, do 7 power. But instead it's going to be the curse. It's going to be now retreat 1 or 2, spends 1 force to strike. Spends the dust. And sets an EX attack. I wonder if this is EX Fire. EX Fire is 5 speed on curve. Could be EX Assault. I don't think it is. EX Fire is the card that makes the most sense here. We didn't take a look at the kits, did we? Fires an undercurve option at speed at range 3, but becomes on curve when you EX it. He also has 3 copies of this card. Technically, you could trade with, like, what? Slam, I guess, but I don't know, it's kind of spooky. And actually, you can't trade with Slam, because I'm pretty sure this can get bumped up to 7 power. Right? 3 plus 3 plus 1, yeah. EX Fire can be bumped up to 7 total power. So you need something like, I don't know, EX Spin, EX Slam. Cross also does the trick, but this could just be EX Assault, right, to mix up. And yet, as Rose points out, Slam is 6 defenses, but EX Fire, when you EX it, is 7, right? Which beats a singular Slam, which is probably what Gold Lewis holds in a lot. Like, Gold Lewis has to mulligan for Slam, I think. But just didn't have the EX there. And yeah, in fact, it is the EX Fire. We'll pop the defenses of the EX Spin almost assuredly. So take a look at this hit effect. This hit effect allows adding to gauge, which can then immediately be spent for plus 2 power. And Chykka discards that and a focus to draw 3 cards. So far it's 6 total damage, 5 after armor. And then Chykka can go ahead and steal an Ultra for 1 more damage, although... actually, no, it was Chykka's initiation, so it would be worth it to steal an Ultra for plus 1 power here, if Happy Chaos has it. Of course, Happy Chaos has a weird deck composition. He has 9 Ultras in his deck. And yeah, in fact, steals the steady aim for 1 more damage. And we'll prep. There we go. It's going to be Andarel boosting huge, plus 0 to 1 range, hit push or pull 1. A lot of Gold Lewis's cards hit 1 to 2. Or not a lot of them. Like Hurl does, Swing does, Drop does, Smash does, Crush does. That's actually a lot of them. So yeah, makes perfect sense to... huge is such a good boost here, range 3. Makes all those cards live. Alongside the range 3 mix-up as well. Chykka just preps, says, I'm not afraid here. Could have... Surely he doesn't have EX Gun down, right? Andarel initiates with a singular card. Can go above curve with the swing. But all those options, a lot of those are mid-speedy options. And yeah, in fact, it is the Behemoth Typhoon Smash. Which has a little bit of armor on it. Draws Andarel some cards. Andarel loves initiating this card, by the way. Andarel will pull Happy Chaos into range 2, courtesy of the huge, and will get hit back for 4 after armor. Gold Lewis draws 2 cards, but then gets 1 yoinked, courtesy of the sweep. Pulls out the slash, and now it is Happy Chaos' turn once more. Happy Chaos with a relatively healthy hand size of 6, so if Chykka has a strike that makes sense, I surely he just plays it. Pulling out the slash is also relatively important, just because Gold Lewis doesn't have another 6-speed option outside of cross, and I don't think Gold Lewis wants to cross out. So yeah. It allows Chykka's too fast for me, but what I would say is that it allows for Chykka to play things that are slightly under curve and feel relatively safe doing so. And yeah, it's gonna be Chykka initiating slash into focus. 4 for 2. Happy Chaos gains advantage once more. And just goes ahead, sets another strike here in range 1. Fast slow mixed up here. Oh, Andarel defense with sweep, but it's a grasp. Okay, that's a scary sweep to initiate with. I mean, Chico's down one sweep, but still. It's gonna be 3 power grasp. Let's see if Chykka seals an ultra for +1 power, and the Andarel will go ahead and hit back for 6. Yeah, seals a cheap shot for 1 more damage. We'll pull Andarel into the corner shortly. Yep, there it is. Ooh, pulls the cheap shot out of the hand. That could be important. And then Happy Chaos will take 6 damage with 4 gauge now. If Chykka doesn't initiate with cross. Well, no. Goldless is in the corner. Goldless probably just spends a turn to exceed here. And yeah, he does. When he exceeds, he draws 2, and then now his specials have hit draw 2. So this is that engine that we talk about every single time we cast a Gold Lewis game. This is how Gold Lewis tends to win a lot of his games, just by out-resourcing the opponent. With the UA here of having his specials draw cards. Anyways, back to Happy Chaos here. Andarel with a full hand size of 8, well, full enough. Happy Chaos only 4, so he preps up to 6. Andarel probably, if I had to guess, I'll play that Andarel will make here be like +1/+1 strike with an on curve move. Happy Chaos is both crosses left and both. Was that other card, the bad card, at the ready's left. But if I had to guess, that's how Gold Lewis probably gets in here. In the corner is not the best place to be, obviously. Happy Chaos with all the space behind him. Although it's Season 7, so Season 7 doesn't have an innate normal boost that retreats like Seasons 1 through 5, right? So you have Assault retreats you 4, but Season 7 doesn't really have a backstep boost like that. Although Happy Chaos does have access to that boosts Curse. But no, it's just going to be Andarel initiating a strike here at range 2. I just feel like it's like I wonder if this is a cross just like to beat Chykka's cross. Because cross here for Chykka just feels so good, right? It's the other speed 6 option. Called out successfully by Andarel though, because Happy Chaos plays the other speed 6 option as well. It's gonna be 3 damage, courtesy of the swing. Has close 1, gain advantage, so it's Gold Lewis's turn once more. Rose points out that Happy Chaos can steal advantage with slows. So if Gold Lewis were to play Slash, although he's down 1 Slash, or a card like Swing, which Gold Lewis did play, Happy Chaos can initiate a slow and yoink advantage back, courtesy of the UA. It's going to be Gold Lewis initiate strike here at range 1 once more. Oh, Happy Chaos Wild Swings dive, and it beats a Smash. Smash will at least draw 2 and mitigate some damage, but good Wild Swing there for Happy Chaos. Although now he's in the corner, which is definitely not the place to be. That's going to be 3 damage incoming to Gold Lewis. Gold Lewis misses, so I mean, that is no good. Happy Chaos, of course, has multiple ways to get out of the corner. I mean, can dash, also has a boost on his Ultra, Drift. I think that's it. Yeah. Also just has a whole bunch of force to his name, but no, Chykka just preps once more. Interesting. Andarel looks like he's planning on boosting something, but then takes it back. Or doesn't take it back, just has it upside down in his hand. Wonder what Andarel's boosting here. Maybe +1/+1? Maybe just Brute Strength, even? Oh no, both these are down, so it cannot be Brute Strength. Andarel, of course, has multiple ways to potentially win this game. I don't know if he has time to build 4 gauge to go for EX down with the system, but that is, of course, a way to win the game. Andarel can just attempt a big boy trade as well, although I don't think that's going to work out so well for him. Although, no, it's going to be +1/+1. Surely he spends 2 force to strike here. Drops to burn it down, and then strikes with a singular card. I wonder if this is under curve or like 7 damage sweep. It's 7 damage sweep. Happy Chaos goes with the grasp. Will go first. We'll hit for 3, potentially 4. That second sweep will go ahead and hit back for 7 though. Happy Chaos does build space for himself if he wants it. But that is a second grasp into sweep, and those trades have been deadly for Chykka thus far, right? Running 2 grasps into 2 sweeps is not what you want to do with your grasps for sure. Maybe calling out a card like Rise or Hurl, right? As the steady aim gets yoinked out of the hand. It looks like Chykka does not reveal for +1 power advantage. So it will be Happy Chaos's turn. As Chykka takes a look at the discard. Andarel with 7 cards in hand, 16 in deck. Happy Chaos with 5 in hand, 10 in deck. So EXs could be on the board potentially, but who knows. Defensive EX options. Gold Lewis technically does have EX Rise up, I believe. Although I feel like Andarel's playing like he doesn't have it, but maybe I'm wrong. As Chykka goes ahead, checks that discard one more time. Does have range 3 mix-up available if he wants it. Has a whole bunch of gauge to his name, so can initiate with a card like Gun Down, which is only 3 power, although it's 4 power when you seal another Ultra. But it's actually going to be a badass Cancel Strike. Range 3 mix-up for Happy Chaos with EX on board. Andarel has to decide whether he wants to call out Slash. Can win the game here, potentially. If he responds with an EX of his own. Something like EX Crush would win the game. If this is a Slash. Just feels like EX Gun Down, though. Is there a world where this is Dust? It is Dust! Oh no, Andarel tries to mitigate some damage with the slam, but it's not meant to be. That's going to be a potential 7 damage Dust incoming. Looks like Chykka opts not to seal, though. Well, it looks like he's deciding whether to seal or not. Gold Lewis down to just 2 HP. Does seal. Andarel down to just 1 now. And Happy Chaos immediately sets strike. Okay. Andarel down to just 1 HP. It's going to be Slash for Happy Chaos into a block for Gold Lewis. So Gold Lewis stays alive for now. 4 damage incoming. Yep. Have Gold Lewis just... Oh, interesting. Gold Lewis actually... So the thing about Gold Lewis exchanging blocks there is that now he's no longer threatening EX down with the system. So I was thinking Gold Lewis would use that opportunity to discard a card from hand and threaten EX down with the system. Which I believe is still up, because I think both copies of the other Ultra are down. Burning down. But no, Andarel does not keep 4 gauge around. He exchanges his gauge instead. Which means that he can no longer threaten EX down with the system. Interesting. Especially with both sweeps down as well for Andarel, so you can't badass his way out either. Anyway, Happy Chaos does get advantage here at range 1. 1 card left to his hand, but 6 HP to his name at least. But yeah, this is an interesting nuance there that Andarel did not exchange, like wants to keep an extra card in hand and chooses to exchange gauge instead of threatening EX down with the system. But anyway, again, it is Happy Chaos' advantage. He has a billion gauge to his name. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gauge. Only 1 card in hand, though, so... Like, are you really willing to initiate with this one little baby card in hand? 1 card in hand, 10 in deck? Andarel with 5 in hand, so... Decent chance that he has, he has a good option here. I mean, probably just has a singular down with the system, right? Functions similarly to DP. Maybe both. Yeah, both Happy Chaos Crest have to be down. Oh man, it's gonna be Chykka retreating 1-2, and will he spend a force to strike? Looks like he already did. Oh no, he doesn't. Okay, now he's so he retreats 1-2 and then does not spend force to strike, but goes ahead and spends the force to change cards. Maybe. Okay, well, it takes everything back. Oh, this boost is not cancelable. I see. Yeah, this boost would be pretty good if it was cancelable. So Chykka will retreat 1-2. Oh, spends a force in Wild Swings. Do you spend a force? There it is. I mean, probably doesn't matter to the grand scope of things. This guy has a ability to engage, but we want to be maintaining game state here. So yeah, Chykka says, I got the 2-0. Let me just have a little fun here. Retreat 1 Wild Swing. You respond, probably almost assuredly respond with this, right? A singular copy of Down with the System if you have it. Yeah, that's what Rose agrees with me here. Depends on how many guarded cards are left for Happy Chaos. And I feel like the answer is not many. We see both. I'm pretty sure both. We see a sweep here. I feel like maybe there's focus. It's an EX. It's EX. It's EX dive beats out regular dive. That's the game. Okay, fine, sure, that also works. Andarel takes the game in style with Jazz Hands. What a goofy way to end game 3. But of course, Chykka has already locked up the set 2-0. Yeah, Chykka says, yeah, probably should have changed cards. Yeah, probably. You have only 7 gauges to your name. But Chykka already locked up the set 2-0 in his favor. So this third game was just for funsies. Oh, there was a cross in there. The second card was actually cross, which would have popped the EX dive. But, I mean, Andarel, I'm sure, did the calculations, saw how many cards were left, and said EX dive was good enough, although now there's a second cross in there. So, right off the bat, the 3 of the top 6 cards would have performed totally fine. But, of course, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. That's going to be Chykka moving to 4-0 in the bracket. Oh, there's another card that beats EX Dive in there. This EX Dive is looking more and more suspect for Andarel, but maybe he didn't have other options. But yeah, that's going to be Chykka moving to 4-0 in the bracket. Huge, heavy favorite now to win Backyard Brawl. As he's the only undefeated player left, I believe. So he will face another 3-1 next week. I don't know who that will be. Andarel drops down to 3-1. I don't know if he can still win. Maybe he can still win with like funky tiebreakers, but outside of that, Andarel can probably no longer win Backyard Brawl after losing to Chykka. But still, really, really strong performance from Andarel overall, 3-1. But the Kokonoe, the brawling Kokonoe and the brawling, it was, I don't know if you consider it like a brawling Giovanna. But the Brawl Kokonoe definitely took us by surprise in game 1. Very, very fun to watch. And then the Giovanna over the Polar Knight game 2 as well. Giovanna just dancing around those ice spikes. And winning game 2 by quite a heavy margin as well. And then this goofy little game 3 here with the Happy Chaos. Gold Lewis ekes it out in the end. So yeah, very fun games. Very fun to watch. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you're on Twitch, feel free to leave a follow. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was a really fun cast. Definitely worthy of CPAT Certified Banger of the Week. And we'll see you for the next one, whenever that may be. Maybe tomorrow. I will cast the game this weekend. I'm unfortunately going to be out all weekend again. I think I have like weekend plans planned until like the 11th of November or something. So no weekend streams, unfortunately. But we'll get those weekday streams coming up for you guys. And yeah, other than that, more Yomi 2 content coming on the YouTube as well if you're interested in that. I feel like most of you are not, but that's okay. Until next time, guys, take care and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.